America doesn't go to extreme. She wanted to invade Cuba. Russia says, you dare touch Cuba. So we'll atom bomb you. 1956, Britain, Israel, and France, they struck at Egypt in collusion, and they were almost on the verge of knocking it out. The blessings of America is there. Two for America and for Britain, France, and Israel. Russia gives a warning in 1956. He says, you stop your invasion immediately or I rocket bomb Paris and London. Immediately. There is a balance of power going on. But now, like a bubble, the Russian bubble has burst. Finished. There's only one superpower now, America. And she is running amok, you can see. Panama, she invaded Panama. Grenada. Now, Somalia. She's throwing her weight around. And there is nobody to check her. But Allah says there must be a balancing force. There must be a balancing force. And they have discovered this balancing force, the West, in Islam. That Islam is now the target. The Muslim world is the target of America. She is a challenge. She is a challenge to the West. Islam is the challenge. And there is no doubt about that. See, from every aspect, from every point of view, the Muslim is telling the West that, you know, your promiscuousness is not good. Your alcoholism, your drunkenness is not good. Your gambling is not good. You eating the flesh of swine is not good. At every step, the Muslim is telling the West where to get off. This is not right. This is not right, sir. This is not right, sir. And we have been a challenge to the West for centuries. The Muslims were the only people that went to Europe as kings. Do you know that? Muslim nations were the only people who went, the only Asiatic people who went to Europe as kings, as rulers. The Phoenicians had gone there as traders. The Jews were taken as fugitives or captives. The Muslims went as rulers. They went and ruled Spain for 800 years. And this was at the time when Europe was just beginning to become conscious of their nationality, that we are a people. At that time in their history, the Muslims were knocking at their doors. From Vienna, the Turks, in Austria, and this side in Spain, 800 years. So the Muslim has been an eternal challenge, religiously also. Islam has come up with Christianity and is telling the Christians that the fulfillment of the teachings of Moses and Jesus are found in Muhammad. So religiously the Muslim is a challenge. In his social way of life, he is a challenge, so he is a challenge. And now he is becoming the focus of the Western world. So they are now planning, the West is planning, a new world order. And here is a beautiful publication, from the cover point of view, beautiful publication. What's behind the new world order? If you saw this in the bookstore, you'll buy it. And it says here, the hidden agenda, almost no one dares to discuss. Won't you like to know? The hidden agenda, which no one dares to discuss. And they're discussing it here. How will it affect you? How will it affect you? Now, everybody will buy this book. This has become a bestseller. But now when you open the book, you find it has really got nothing to do with this new world order. This is a ruse, a stratagem of selling their books. You read inside that the whole book is concerned with Pope bashing. Bashing His Holiness the Pope. Bashing the Roman Catholic Church. This is one of the sects of Christendom called the Seventh-day Adventists. They published this book. Now, in the guise of telling you about what's behind the New World Order, they're now brainwashing you, programming you into bashing the Roman Catholic Church and Baba the Pope. In this book here, this little book, they go on to say that His Holiness the Pope is the beast. In the book of Revelation in the Bible, the last book of the Bible, a beast is mentioned, a creature, you know, who is the filthiest, dirtiest thing, creating evil, and his number is 666. The number of the beast is 6. There's a code name. There's a code name for the beast is 6. 666. Now this book on page 49 proves 3 times over that it is the Pope is the beast, the Pope is the beast, the Pope is the beast, from 3 different angles they're trying to prove. Then they are now advertising a book, and the title of the book is Will America Survive? Will America Survive? And it has become #1 bestseller in America. Naturally, every American who is literate, he wants to be, what about my country? Will it survive? What is the problem? How does it affect me? And it's a 672-page book. Will America Survive? 672 pages. But this book is 100-year-old. How did it become the world's bestseller? It's 100-year-old. Oh, the Americans are geniuses. The title of the book was The Great Controversy, written by Mrs. Ellen G. White, a divorcee. She created a movement. She had the spare time and the energy to write 672 pages attacking the Roman Catholic Church and proving that Saturday is the 7th day they should have for worship. 672 pages. So, and the thing is gone out of business. Nobody wants to buy that book anymore. But the Americans are geniuses. They changed the title. The title of the book is the same, 672 pages, written by Mrs. Ellen G. White. You change, give it a new clothes, new uniform. The new title is Will America Survive? And it has become a bestseller. Same book, same name, but different game. Same name, different game. So, I was tempted to go through this book. But I says, no, this book is a hoax. It's a hoax. But now this is how they sell it. Becomes a bestseller, just change the title. This is the old title you used to, you won't buy that anymore, you won't buy it. This is now, Will America Survive? Every American wants to buy it. Bestseller. Now, this new world order has been mooted by George Bush. George Bush. This is what he says. This is what he said. It is a big idea. This new world order is a big idea. A new world order where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause. Diverse nations, different nations get together, common cause. Only the United States has both the moral standing, only the United States has the moral standing and the means to back it up, says President George Bush in his State of the Union address, reports the Los Angeles Times of 18th February 1991. So America has come to the forefront to lead the world into this new world order. And we can see she has the moral standing. One of the most immoral nations on earth. And she claims to have a moral standing. In the United Nations, more than 100 resolutions had been passed, had been mooted against her illegitimate child Israel. And every one of them, America vetoes. The whole world is on one side, and America and the illegitimate child Israel, they are on the other side. They win the day. They have the power of veto. They have the big stick. That's a moral standing. 110 resolutions she vetoed. Anything you say about Israel, she says veto. Anything the whole world says about Israel, veto. 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 More than 110 vetoes in the United Nations. That gives her the moral right to now go and throw her weight all over the world, wherever in Somalia, they're knocking heads into the Somalis. In Bosnia, Herzegovina, the people, the Muslims are struggling there to survive. And in that, they've imposed an embargo, an arms embargo upon the Muslims, a small community of Muslims, surrounded by the Croats and the Serbs, well armed. They have their own munition factories, they manufacture, but now for the Muslims, arms embargo. Nobody dare supply them with arms. And this is the moral standing. This is the moral standing of these Western nations, so-called Christians. But whatever evil they do, they have a Christian banner. They say this is Christendom. this is Western Christianity, Britain, France, and America. They are the main Security Council members, and they veto anybody who says, no, 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 no. Anybody tells you, says, look, please help the Bosnian Muslims. You know, every nation has a right to self-defense. It's a fundamental human right. Gibbon, the master historian, in his Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, he said that in the state of nature, every person has a right to defend his person and his possession, and to extend his hostilities to a reasonable amount of satisfaction and retaliation. Everybody has a right to defend himself, his wife, children, family, possessions. Everyone has a right, but not the Muslims. The Muslims of Serbs, of Bosnia, they have no right. Let them be slaughtered, massacred, ethnic cleansing, wipe them out. Mitterrand, the Prime Minister of France, he said, I will never allow Islamic State in Europe. I will never allow. Who are you? You are a god? What makes you to say that? No, it's a might that you have. If a nation, a group of people, they choose, look, we'll have a communist system. They have a right. The majority of the people in a piece of land, they say we want to have a communist system. They have a right. They said we want to have a Hindu system. They have a right. They said we want to have a Christian government. They have a right. The majority of the people in any situation, they have a right to choose the way of life that they want. But not for Muslims. No, no, no. So I'll never allow. In other words, take direct intervention to see that it doesn't happen. Now, America has become the big boss, and I have had personal experience of this new world order. Just last month, I go to the land of liberty, fraternity, and equality. You know what country is that? What country? The land of liberty, fraternity, and equality. No. The French Revolution, France. That revolution that took place, this is for liberty, fraternity, and equality. For who? For who? For themselves. 1 million Algerians they killed before the Algerians got the freedom from the French. That liberty is for themselves. Fraternity is for themselves. That equality is for themselves. This is the hypocrisy of the West. For the America, everything that's American, suit them. That is law, that is haq, that is right. The French, the same. The British, the same. This is the sickness of the Western nations. They have a stick in the hand, and might is right. You got the stick in your hand? We have a saying that the person says, this buffalo is mine. The cow is a black animal. Buffalo is mine. So when you claim your buffalo, it's your buffalo, but I give you one stick on your head. So whose buffalo is it? He says, mine, I give you another one. So whose buffalo is this? You have to say, uncle, it's yours. The stick is in his hand, you see, everything. Mine is right. So in this land of liberty, fraternity, and equality, I'm called on a lecture tour. On the 15th of September last month, I leave Durban, and on this morning of the 16th, I land in London, and across the channel, the same morning, I'm in France. I arrived at Charles de Gaulle Airport. The immigration officer, he does things automatically. You know, he doesn't care. He sees, as soon as I present my passport, he takes my passport, he opens it, looks for the visa. He saw the visa. A valid visa given to me by the French embassy in South Africa, costing me 200 rands. The most expensive visa I ever had in my life. 200 rands for a visa. So, with a valid visa, the guy sees the visa, and on the opposite page is a blank page. So he stamps it. Charles de Gaulle Airport, 16 September. Then he looks up to me. He sees this toby, and he sees this beard. And bells begin to ring in his head. Okay, this is something strange. This is a strange creature has come into France. There are some 2 million Muslims there, mostly Arabs, from Morocco, and from Algeria, and from Egypt. But generally they're all, you know, bareheaded. I mean, they have nothing on their heads, and they have no beards. They're clean shaven, but almost a whole lot. But here is a strange creature with something here to identify him as somebody. He stands for something, and I do. I believe in the principle that if a label shows your intent, wear it. If your label, your identity shows what you stand for, wear it, unless your life is in danger. I believe in this, that this is my identity. I want the people to know.